Aux Champs-Élysées. Aux Champs-Élysées. No, 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 no. Hello. Oh, okay, my mic works. Okay. Hello everyone. How is everyone doing today? How has been this week for you guys? Why? What's up, Kai? How are you doing, man? How are you doing? We saw a daily change of character happen. Over here. Daily change of character. We saw a retest off of this demand zone. We just saw a retest off of this demand zone. We are now trying to climb higher to see another retest of this demand zone. What the fuck are we going to do with this situation? We cannot do much, man. It's we cannot do shit. There's a thing. But yeah, we just gotta accept it, see what's going on, and not get too attached to it. Because we can have a streak of losses, but for me, I just see it as a correction in the market, where price manipulates a lot of times. Yeah. Mark it as a 4-hour fractal. So this is a 4-hour fractal break. I mean, technically, this is 4-hour break, but that's don't count that. So 4-hour break, 4-hour break, 4-hour break. Did you send the link in GC? Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. In just Forex Futures Crypto. So for me, for an entry on AUDCHF, I explained it to you guys a couple of days ago. Yeah, in the last stream. That we were gonna break out and that I would catch an entry on this high with my stops below this low. Why? Because this is a strong low. Why again? because we took out this point here and we had an immediate V-shaped reversal, meaning this is a very strong demand zone. And I am targeting this overall high, as well as I want to see a retracement for a new entry to show itself, to catch maybe one of these points here, to take a long on this point, stop below low, target a new higher high, like so. Let me check at something else. Right, because for now, the demand zones are still in control. Nice. Let me check AUD JPY, because that was a pair I was also interested in. We did not see the retracement, but I did say I was going to enter off of this change of character on the 12-hour. Why the 12-hour? Because the daily wasn't showing me shit, and the 4-hour was just too choppy. Because yeah, it didn't show me anything. So the 12-hour showed me some nice moves. But for now, we're seeing some strong zones being created. If I mark out this, wait, give me a sec. My camera tripping. So now we're starting a new impulsive phase, meaning my thesis should be correct. AUD is weakening, but against the yen, obviously, that's the yen, right? So I will look at the pairs I took, which lost. Cat JPY lost, which is fine. I'm not mad about it, actually. Why? Because this supply zone was currently in control after breaking this here. This was a trade I was not likely to take because we tapped a yearly and a 3-month open, which is alternatively also a target for us. But still, I took it. Why? Because we had this little trend line here. We took the last point. We saw a change of character. We had a retrace towards the 0.5, and I entered a short with my stop below this high, above this high. But yeah, it just quickly ran as the oil prices shot up as well, which is good for Canadian dollar. Let me look at something else. AUD USD, the 15-minute short was a loss, not a 1-hour loss. Let me just remove this quickly. Okay, so this wasn't ideal as well. Why? Because we still did not touch premium pricing, which I like to sell from, and we like to buy from discount. Yeah, we did not touch that. We did see a point of liquidity here being taken, which was enough for a 1-hour or a 4-hour fractal shift. As of now, we are still inside of a space here. If I just mark this out, we're still in this range. So as of now, we could still see a short play out, but there is a very high likeliness that we will go for one of these major highs, right? We have these two almost equal highs and then these two above here. So short term, we could just be looking for buys. So yeah, that's for AUD USD. Not looking much, but we can see that the hourly is playing out. Right, fractal break up. We saw fractal break in towards the downside. Fractal break in towards the upside. We saw this demand zone being created. We saw a retrace. We saw a push up. Saw a break of structure. We saw again the retrace. We took liquidity. We tapped the 3-month and the monthly open. We saw a move higher. And then we saw another move into the upside. And then we saw, I think it was a 15-minute play. No, it wasn't. Okay. So that was nothing. The only play we could have taken was this one, but it wasn't aligned with every bias that we wanted. So therefore, I took a loss on this one, but I don't give a fuck. It happens. Then we have Euro CAD. That was just stupid from me, actually. Wait. Yeah, this was stupid from me. So we had for our fractal break, for our fractal change of character, I was looking to target these highs, and I still pressed short, which was a little bit stupid. But why was it a little bit stupid? Because one, 4-hour order flow is still clearly bearish, so it would have just been a small short position. But second of all, I took this trade because we had a pretty significant high over here. And a 15-minute showed me a fractal change of character. So I pressed short. Messed up above this high, and I was targeting this new lower low. Why was this a mind flip for me? Because we have these two equal lows here. Right? If we look at the wicks, you can see that the low is at 231, and this one is at 231. So perfectly equal lows, which I wanted to target. But Trump thought otherwise and decided to fuck up the euro and send the cat. So this is just, yeah, unlucky. I wanted to look for a higher time frame change of character, but not happened. It didn't happen. If we do see it right now, like let's say we manipulate this high, and we actually, right, if we look at the 4-hour structure, we have this fractal break up. We saw the last high that was being created, which is a fractal break up. Fractal break up. This is the fractal low, meaning if we do break this low, we get a retrace towards the 3-month and a monthly. To then look for another short, I would still be down to target these lows. Otherwise, we will just be looking to target these highs up there. Then, no, that was it. The Bitcoin trade, I'll show the Bitcoin trade real quick. The Bitcoin trade was really, really nice. I was looking to short ultimately, but decided to long from the fractal shift that happened here, which creates this overall demand zone, which we saw was supporting price. We saw manipulation, and after this manipulation, we saw a 1-hour change of character, 1-hour fractal break, and then we had this demand zone in control. On the 15-minute, we had a sweep of this low, which ultimately pushed price higher, and then we just had a order flow continuation. I want to see if this is a bearish candle. No, it is a bullish candle. And now I'm in a short. And why am I in a short? Because we took a major high from here. On the daily, we went from bullish to bearish. So for the 4-hour, we saw a fractal change of character. I have to go out, we'll rewatch the stream later. All right, man. Goodbye. I saw a change of character after sweeping out this high right over here. And you can see that once broke structure. A break of structure. 1 hour. It's on a 15 minutes. Yeah, not that much. So we had a retracement. We saw a small consolidation. Make a low, make a high. We sweep the high. We get a V-shaped reversal, and we dump towards these lows. So right now, I do want, bro, this supply zone to hold. That's it basically. We only have this point of liquidity here, but that's it. Yeah. Other than that, those were the positions I took this week, which put me down like a percentage. Yeah, USD JPY is one I also took. USD JPY, which is still going higher. Why was this a nice trade? Because we kept respecting the order flow. Right, we created this overall demand zone, creating this as liquidity. We swept the liquidity. We broke structure in towards the upside, and then as of now, we on the 4 hour, we are still, Jesus Christ, we are still breaking structure in towards the upside, but my entry was here. So we are pushing higher, creating order flow that is currently in control. We could see a sweep of the 15-minute tapping the weekly, looking for upside in this one. If we look at the phases where price is in, pretty choppy. I'll give it that, but let's call this a change of character in towards the upside, creating this as an overall low, creating this as an overall high. We saw liquidity here. That liquidity was taken. We saw a 4 hour change of character. Boom. That was basically it. Then I entered a long, stops low to slow, starting a new higher high. So for now, we are squeezing a little bit, but maybe we could be looking for an aggressive push towards these lows to sweep them out, and then to look for a continuation higher. But as of now, it's still looking pretty nice to follow for our market structure and to stay in control, like so. If we could see a nice playing out tonight. If we decide to take out this liquidity, give us a 15-minute change of character to then target a new higher high. Let me look at the positions I am in right now. Bitcoin sell, Euro AUD. Euro AUD. Also a sell. This is just following 4 hour supply. Right? Supply zone. We took out liquidity. We made a supply zone. We take this high. Then we're now selling off. USD CAD. This is just setting off as well. After we saw for our change of character. After again sweeping out this high here. Now we are getting ready to sell off even further. Towards at least 50%. we were just pushing, but eventually we had to stop. Maybe towards these stack lows here. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, that also aligns with the yearly. This demand zone. That's it for today, guys. If you have questions, just DM me. And you can rewatch the stream.